been following events here very closely, and there was that news conference yesterday where we learned that the investigation now is very much focusing on the river. They have been searching now for 8 days. We're now into the 9th day. If, and it is a big if, Nicola is in the river, why has it taken so long to find her?
That's what I'm surprised about, Jonathan. I mean, normally when we scan a river, we can scan about 10 miles a day with our high-frequency sonar. It is the best in the world we have available. I mean, £53,000 worth of equipment, but it finds people quickly and then recovered by divers. This is not a really fast-moving tidal river. It's quite slow. It's moving slowly. It's quite narrow, so quite straightforward to search. I mean, the police divers are doing a great job, but they can only search a small section at a time. But I believe from the news reports that sonar has been brought in, but sonars is only good as the operator using it and the frequency. I worked on a case on Damien Tudge in Wales where he was missing for 18 months. It was searched 12 times with the sonar and they missed him. I found him in 10 minutes when I was called in to find him in his car. So it depends on the operator. It depends on the equipment. So we mustn't get sidetracked with the, it's been searched with sonar. It just depends on the kit what's being used.
Yeah, just give us a bit more detail, because it is fascinating technology, this underwater sonar. Just talk me through how it works.
What it is, Jonathan, you tow a missile, like a big yellow missile type object behind the boat on a short cable. It sends sound waves across the seabed or riverbed, and then it hits an object and brings a return in. Now, because ours is 1800 kilohertz, it gives me a crystal clear image of the bottom of the river, every stick, every stone laying on the bottom. And if we hit a target, we can actually measure that target. And a body, if there's a body in a river, and hopefully Nicola's not, but it will show a head, arm, legs. It shows everything, and then we can then pinpoint it. It's the best piece of equipment for searching water. I've heard underwater drones are being used, but an underwater drone is effectively a remote operated vehicle on a cable, and you can easily miss areas, and obviously it's poor visibility, and they're not very effective. Sonar is the best way of searching a river.
And you've worked with police forces before. You have links with your local police force, I understand, and you have been called on at times to help because of your expertise and the equipment that you have.
Well, we have contracts with Kent Police, Essex Police, Surrey, Sussex, Thames Valley and Hampshire. We are the police dive team. We are the dive team for the whole of the South East, excluding the Met who cover London. So we are constantly called, and that's what we do. We average about 10 drownings every year where we recover the bodies of drowning victims, suicide victims, and search for murder victims as well, both on land and in water. So we are top of our game in that particular area.
And if you were part of the team here, what advice would you be giving now? What would be your priority?
Well, I would be looking firstly at, is the evidence we've got is a phone. Everything's drawn to the river at the moment. Obviously, we would put our sonar in. I've worked on cases where there was a shoe left on the river and it was left as a decoy. We don't know if this has been left by a third party or Nicola as a decoy to drag all the resources down to the river's edge. And I'd be looking at that very clearly, how it's got there in the first place. But I would run our sonar along the river, and I would just see every part of that river, and you could quickly confirm or deny any anomalies in that river.